Oh, you.
Hello again from Tilt Pinball.
We are thrilled to announce that production is complete on season 2.
Please subscribe now, and starting mid-October, we will be releasing at least 6 new episodes.
But wait, there's more.
In addition, we have a bonus episode from season 1 featuring Stranger Things by Stern Pinball.
Our guest, Jared Garden, is the reigning staff champion at King's Head Pub, and he wants to take his game to the next level. I think we can help.
First thing I learned about a pinball machine is all the bright lights.
Yeah.
I see a bright light, I like to go for it and see if that actually opens up, and then it usually leads you to where you're supposed to go sooner or later. King's Head Pub's been here since the 80s. It was owned by a great man, and now it's owned by another. His name's Chris Graves, and we had to shut down because of COVID, and we thought it'd be a great time to play some pinball.
So how did you guys get Stranger Things here?
Mark and Dave from Phantom Amusement had to close their doors down too because of the COVID restrictions, and they've been doing rentals. So we rented it from them, and we've had it for a couple of weeks now.
Are a lot of the staff into the pinball machine?
All of our staff are into the pinball machine. It's great to see a lot of people who have never even gone into arcade just keep coming back to the machine. Yeah. I never watched any videos or picked it up. I walked into an arcade one day and just started playing, and I'm more of a, I like to learn a machine on my own. Sort of like experience it and figure everything out. So I've pieced it all together personally. What I've learned about this machine is that it has character. It likes to play by itself more than it lets you play, but you treat it right, and it likes to give you some moments as well.
That's kind of the song that pinball plays, right?
It is.
What is the machine that got you into pinball?
It's the Black Knight. It was my first introduction into it. I actually walked into the arcade and not expecting pinball because I was more of a video gamer and I was expecting classic video game arcades, and I saw pinball for the first time only a year ago and tried it out, and I've been here ever since.
That's awesome. So what is it about the Black Knight that draws you in compared to, say, Stranger Things?
It keeps bringing me down. Every time you think you get good and the ball drains, he has the voice that just, he makes fun of you.
Fight me.
And it's a little bit humbling too, and I'm also a bit of, I do like the metal scores, the articulation of their sound effects, and that keeps me coming back for it.
That's precisely what they were going for with that machine, I think. Oh, another crisp catch.
So as someone who's never played the Stranger Things machine, what do
Yeah.
you feel about it now?
I'm a big fan of this design, and I think it's a good layout for people that are learning pinball too. There are machines that are harder than others. In fact, I think Black Knight is a much more challenging machine than this, as far as how it gives you the ball back and how mean it is to you. This one's a little more friendly, but my heart of hearts, I love the old machines. I'm an electromechanical person. I love the machines from the 70s that go bing bong. They just, they resonate for me. And again, going back to what you said, you just never really forget your first.
Yeah.
And the Mustang for me was my first, and that's kind of where my heart sits. I like my games as challenging as possible if I'm playing a modern machine. If I find my home machines easy, I usually make it more difficult. If I beat a game or I find the bounces are a little too predictable, I'll change it. So yeah, I think the tougher the better is kind of how I like to roll.
Sometimes a rolling ball has too much speed to stop, but not enough mustard to clear the gap. We can fix that with a little flick pass right as the ball reaches the tip of the flipper. A flick pass is done by quickly releasing the button a very small amount. The exact spot will be different on every machine, so try and find it early. This little flick maneuver can be helpful in all sorts of situations, so get brave and give it a try.
So I was watching you play, and that's how I learned couple of your tricks just now. How do you learn your own styles, and how do you play?
It's a good question. Yeah, I learned from watching others, kind of the same way you did. I was a big fan of watching tournaments online since about 2010. There was a site called Papa.tv, and they would broadcast all of the Pinburg tournaments and Papa tournaments, and I would watch the pros play, and I could not believe the control that some of those people had. It was just phenomenal. But like all the multi-ball strategies and all of the deeper stuff, I learned from watching the pros kind of do their thing along the way, and it's no different than how you've done it. It's just kind of patience and figuring out what doesn't work.
Yeah.
What is it that makes you want to step up and hit that start button?
It's the tactile feel. And as playing video games all my life, never really playing pinball, getting that feeling of being able to actually physically control the ball, the sound, it's coming back at you. It's just a very pleasing sense.
That's awesome.
And anytime that it pulls me away, I hear someone else play the machine, and you get that itch again. You hear someone else having a good time, and it's my time now. So it always comes back to me.
So tell me a little bit about your best game on Stranger Things.
My best game on Stranger Things actually didn't feel like it was going to be my best game. The first ball just flopped, and then the second one didn't feel like it got anything, and then on the third one, it's just all those little pieces that didn't seem like they were going to be anything finally just fell into place, and you ended up with 2 multi-balls and 4 demigorgons and 2 demo dogs, and then I got ×2 scoring lit and 2 extra balls, and then every single staff member who was on that night came over my shoulder and was watching, so the pressure was on to just keep that going. So I gave him a good show.
That's the right attitude, man.